Hello and welcome to CSK Speaks. I am CSK and you're watching me on my channel CSK Speaks. Today I want to start off with a question. Are you scared of Corona? Well, the question itself is quite redundant, isn't it? All of us are scared of Corona. We nurture different degrees of fear in our heart as far as this dreadful virus is concerned. But if that question was easy to answer, here comes another one. Being fearful is the best thing we can do in the current circumstance. Is that so? Is being fearful the best thing to do in the current circumstance? What answer do we have for this? And this answer is a mixed response. Some of us want to take it head on, but majority of us are helpless because it's not in our control. Now, to discover this a little more, let's dive into the life of my friend Gyandev. You remember Gyandev, the guy from the story which I narrated a few videos before? The same friend, Gyandev. Now, Gyandev, like you and me, lives in the same world and it's affected with Corona. He's frustrated, he's angry, he's afraid, and he is completely agitated with the fact that his life is not normal. And he goes around doing things in the new normal, wearing a mask, sanitizing his hands, maintaining distance from people, and trying to be very skeptical about every place he presents himself. Under these circumstances, just imagine Gyandev going out for a walk. And he is all masked up, sometimes even double masked, and he is there out and he's trying to maintain distance from people. But that nagging thought on his head is, why all this? Why my life has become so different so fast? And that frustration is visible on his face. He does not want to smile at anyone, he does not want to maintain eye contact with anyone, and he's always focusing on the floor or some distant object, vague thinking, and he's just busy with his own life. So, when he was doing his morning walk, there was an old elderly gentleman who was sitting there and doing his pranayams, his breathing exercises. So, he observes this guy for more than 2 to 3 days, and every day he sees Gyandev frustrated and fearful. So today he decides, okay, let me talk to this young boy. So he walks up to him, and Gyandev is skeptical. He maintains distance, and he says, "Young man, I see you very worried and tensed. What makes you so?" He says, "What makes me so? It's the corona. It's the situation around the world. It's this new normal which I'm not at all comfortable with." So the old elderly gentleman says, "Okay, I understand. All of us are going through this, and I think this too shall pass. So stay strong, hang in there." He's like, "Yeah, this is what they said last year. It's more than a year now, and it's not showing any signs of going away. So I don't think I have any faith in all these words." So the older man or the elderly gentleman, he listens to those responses and then he says, "This is deeper than I thought. So, young man, walk with me. Let's talk." Although Gyandev was not in a mood to do that, out of respect for that elderly gentleman, he indulges. And then they both start walking. So the elderly gentleman takes him around, and finally they arrive at a pond. A little bit smaller than a lake, but quite bigger than a tank. It's a pond there, and then it has a lot of water in it. So the elderly gentleman tells him, "Okay, look here, pick up a stone and just throw it into the pond." So Gyandev is like, "Why will I do that?" He said, "Just do what I'm saying. I mean, you won't lose anything anyway. You just have to throw a stone into the pond." He says, "Okay, let it be. Out of respect, I've come all the way till here with you, and now you want me to do this, I'll do this also." But Gyandev is still frustrated. So he picks up a stone and then he throws into the pond. And immediately the elderly gentleman asks, "So what do you see?" He says, "What do I see? I just threw a stone, so I see ripples in the pond, and those ripples are getting wider by the second." He's like, "Yes. So do one thing. Go and try to stop those ripples. Because if you don't stop them, it will come and reach our legs. It will hit the bank." He's like, "Why will I do that?" "No, no, just go. Don't waste time because the ripples are about to hit your leg and it is coming to the edge of the pond. So stop them." So he runs and he tries to stop without even thinking because, okay, this elderly gentleman is telling me, let me do this. So he goes and puts his hand to stop those ripples. And this elderly gentleman shouts from where he is and says, "Did you stop?" So Gyandev says, "No. In fact, I created more ripples because I put my hand in the water." He's like, "Oh, okay. Never mind. Come back." So Gyandev comes back to the elderly gentleman and he says, "Okay, here, take this leaf and just put this leaf into the pond." He's like, "What are you making me do? First you made me put a stone, stop those ripples, and now you are asking me to put leaf. What is all about?" He's like, "No, just do it. You won't lose anything anyway." Like, okay, here we go. He just puts the leaf into the pond. And he says, "What do you see?" "Nothing. Just a small little disturbance there, and then the leaf is very well settled on the surface of water." And then he says, "Okay, come, sit down. Let me tell you a secret. You know, your mind is like that pond. You put a disturbing thought and you try to stop that disturbing thought, you create more disturbing thoughts. But instead, you put a positive thought and your mind kind of calms down, and that thought stays there, putting a soothing effect on the entire mind." I mean, look at that leaf on the surface of water. The whole pond is still, and the leaf is just floating on the surface of the water. Yes. Now, the pond does not know or does not want you to either put a stone or a leaf. But you did it anyway, isn't it? So is your mind. Your mind will not want you to put a negative thought or a positive thought. It is you who injects these thoughts onto the surface or onto your mind. Now, if you are sitting here and wasting your time and energy and resources of yourself and thinking about why Corona, why all this, what is all this happening, my life, my entire schedule, my normal is gone, you are injected a disturbing thought. And to stop that disturbing thought, you are injecting more disturbing thought. Remember the ripple? But instead, you inject one positive thought. Yes, this too shall pass. I did not do this. I did not create this. Now, what can I do? I will just make sure that I don't become an infecting person. I don't add to this. I don't create more trouble because of this and through this. And you take all precautions like how you are taking, and then you try to stay calm. What happens? Your mind calms down. So when the elderly gentleman was saying all this, Gyandev realizes. He's like, yes. I mean, every day I'm going out for a walk. The weather is good. It is pleasant, fresh air, and I'm still healthy, uninfected with corona. My family, my loved ones are all still safe. Instead of focusing on that, I am getting frustrated and afraid of all these things which I keep hearing from the media, from the news channels, from my WhatsApp, and then my whole day is gone because I have that negative thought in my head creating ripples after ripples. And I try to stop them, but I go down a slippery slope. So he thanks this elderly gentleman and he says, "What you made me do made me realize a wonderful and a most significant lesson in my life. And I'm not going to do this to you just to keep you happy, but I want to say namaste and thank you for actually making me do this. And I'm going to share this with my family and I'm going to tell people around and make them realize that what thought you hold in your head or in your mind is your choice. So friends, Gyandev once more comes with a fantastic message to all of us. The thought you hold is in your choice. What choice you want to make is the question I leave you with. Thank you for watching CSK Speaks. And before I leave you, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, now is the time to do it, because every time a new video pops up, you get notified. And by the way, somebody just told me to get notifications, you just need to click on that bell button. I'm sure you are aware of it, but I was not aware. So I'm telling you through this video. So go ahead and subscribe and click on that bell button, and I will see you soon in my next video. Stay safe and keep watching. Thank you.